All right, so you in that huddle for timeout, and it's like, okay, they're calling a play for me. Okay, you say that you practice this so many times, but what's it like when you practice something so many times and then the moment is there and you know the moment is there? It's not like the moment just happens and you walk into
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? You walk into that moment just
yeah.
it just happened that way. Nah, you knew that moment was coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But I had already had some game winners underneath my belt throughout my life, to where I've been called upon to do that before, to
okay,
be a closer or to be, that closing guy, and to be on a great team too, where a great player like Bron says, "Hey, let's run this play," and I have all the confidence in the world. I had just got done really going through some really insightful talks with Kobe. I didn't play well the first two games in Golden State, so I called Kobe. I was like, "Man, what do you see out there?" And he was like, "Man, just be yourself. Like, just be aggressive." And honestly, let me take this time to shout out to everybody in the comments, but RIP my man Kobe as well.
sure, sure.
That was one of the hardest games I ever had to play against Detroit. I had to leave the Garden early. It was just so sudden.
Yeah.
I broke down in the locker room when I heard about the news with Kobe. So basketball was the last thing on my mind. But I don't want to make it a sad thing. It's just that was a big part of a lot of teaching and influence in my life and mentorship, and we had a different relationship. I followed a lot of that man's patterns. I copied a lot of that man's moves and who he was as a person, and even the way he went about his life. It wasn't really about connecting with everyone all the time. It just, when you're on a different thought pattern at times and you're trying to explain yourself, you can overthink and overdo. And that man really channeled all that energy and all that hate that people have for him and channeled it all into a bunch of FUs. And I'm going to show you guys on this level. And it's just, Hey, yo, shout out to my boy Noah, man. Noah